money coming in. Know you fine as hell, body stuck on 10. 2 a.m. on my side, let me in.
Boy, I ain't never in my life thinking I was gonna come in here with a Michael Jackson video. Bruh, I ain't never in my life, like, I don't know. That just ain't never crossed my mind, bro. Shout out to Michael Jackson, though. Like, you know, in 2025, bro, that's how you know he a legend, bro. We still talking about Michael Jackson, bro. So, shout out Michael Jackson. We come with Michael Jackson, insane sleeping habits. Did Insomnia kill the king of pop? Let's go ahead and get into the video. Welcome new people, new subscribers. Also, by the way, where was y'all? If you was alive, where was you when Michael Jackson passed, bro? I'll never forget, bro. I was in my grandma's house. I was in, I want to say, her bedroom, on the floor playing Monster Jam. I remember it was a what is it, what's that monster truck game. But I'll never forget, my grandma was yelling like she knew that nigga. Like, I'm telling you, bro, that shit was crazy. No cap. R.I.P.
The king of pop is dead, and detectives were instructed to return to the home in which the global megastar's lifeless body was found. And when they entered Michael Jackson's private bedroom, they were aghast at what they found.
What the fuck? Y'all making this shit seem crazy.
Unconventional sleeping habits had always been a pattern in Michael Jackson's life. As a young child in their 2-bedroom single-story home in Gary, Indiana, him and his brothers slept in a 3-tier bunk bed with 2 brothers top to toe in each bed. The 2 older ones got to claim the top bunk, Jackie and Tito. As the brothers joked, the lower the bunk, the more likely you were to experience showers in the middle of the night from the younger brothers. When Michael started performing as part of the Jackson 5, he was on a different schedule to other children his age. Because having to perform at clubs until all hours of the night, his system became used to becoming active in the evenings into the early hours of the morning, and may have set him up with a lifelong battle with normal sleeping patterns.
Wow.
Once the Jackson brothers found fame and success, their schedule of long days that went into the night only intensified, and outside pressures built up for the young Michael. As they travelled, performing and touring the country, the brothers often shared their room, not only with the family, but whoever needed to crash for the night, members of the band, promoters, or A&R personnel. Therefore, Michael Jackson was never taught a structured manner to go to bed and fall asleep, taking naps on planes, tour buses, or in breaks while recording, and became accustomed to sleeping with many people around him, often in his own bed. This behaviour continued well into his teens.
Hold on, one Michael. Oh, there you go. I see him. Smooth nigga, man. Smooth nigga, man. I'm telling you, bro. Me and Michael, bro, we just the same, bro. No cap. I used to have my hair just like that. No cap. In like 2019, maybe?
In Michael Jackson's
maybe
case,
20.
His career of performing would have naturally caused him to work at night, and he also spoke about suffering from insomnia after his concerts. Close associates were reporting that it could take him up to 48 hours for his adrenaline levels to calm down and allow him to finally...
Nigga, 48 hours to allow his adrenaline to calm down? What the Why I just didn't give this nigga no melatonin? Did that shit exist?
Which, for Michael and his brother's constant schedule of touring, that meant the young performer became accustomed to a very limited amount of sleep. After tearing down the Jacksons' modernist Havenhurst estate in exchange for a chocolate box faux English Tudor mansion, Michael had full reign to design his first bedroom all to himself. The palatial suite of rooms included a full bathroom, dressing area, and private balcony. And when it came to his bed, Michael for a long time insisted that he would just sleep on the floor in a sleeping bag, his reasoning being that he wanted as much space as he could to practice his dancing.
This nigga's so cool. I ain't gonna lie. Nigga, he slept on a sleeping bag just so he had more room to practice his dancing? When a nigga is a multi-millionaire, he could just make a room to dance in? I mean, actually, kind of, I ain't gonna lie. That's not that cool. That's kind of stupid. Why you just didn't build a room that you could just dance in, my nigga? Like, I mean, it's your money. I would have just made a dance room. But I guess.
While working on music together, Michael gave Queen's lead singer, Freddie Mercury, a tour of his new place. But when they got upstairs, Freddie couldn't believe his eyes when he saw a mattress in the middle of the floor of his multi-million-dollar mansion. Freddie said, "You've got money, why don't you just buy a bed?" And Michael just said, "I feel so much better when I'm closer to the earth." Freddie said, "Well, how much closer does not having a bed make you? We're upstairs." As a compromise, a Morphe bed was installed, which could be stowed away for maximum use of the floor space.
What?
Although Michael Jackson would soon achieve riches beyond his wildest dreams and presumably stayed in the most luxurious hotels in the world, he still treasured the safety and familiarity he felt sleeping in more humble conditions. Like he was a kid again, with all his brothers, sharing a hotel room and partaking in innocent activities like a childhood sleepover.
Bro, this nigga just like me, kinda low key. I mean, he had way more money than I do, shit. But I'm talking about like, for my first, like, when I moved into this house, bro, for like, until last year, so probably from like 4 years, maybe 3, 2, 3, it's been a minute. I don't know how long. But for a good minute, I was sleeping on the floor. No cap. No, like, I only had a mattress and a box spring. That's it. Like, it wasn't even that bad. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of liked it. But other than that, like, I don't know. I just see a reason to get like a bed frame. But like recently, I got a bed frame in last year in September. It was kind of cool. It's kind of like, now I understand. It's kind of a vibe. I see why y'all do it.
While recording the Thriller album, the pop singer spoke about how invested him and Quincy were in the musical process, that they could work all hours of the night, often right through into the early morning, and then catching a couple hours of rest on a nearby couch before doing it all again.
We spent a lot of time laying down on the ground at midnight.
Yeah, sleeping.
18 hours a day like you're doing today? It was more than 18.
Oh, man. We were sleeping out on the couch, wake up, mix it, go back to sleep, sing. We got.
According to his longtime physician, Dr. Anna Metzgetter, this was often a part of Michael's creative process, and he was in a similar creative frenzy when he wrote We Are the World, the song that raised millions to fight famine in Africa. Like many intensely creative individuals, Michael was a night owl, and often didn't want to stop if he felt like he had something good going. Maybe at night, it was the only time he felt he had peace and clarity of thought, and that he could truly focus on his art without distraction.
That's hard. I like that.
However, Michael Jackson's unconventional sleeping habits would for the first time come under public scrutiny, when in 1986 the National Enquirer obtained photographs of the pop singer sleeping in what appeared to be a hyperbaric oxygen chamber.
What?
According to the attached article, the publication claimed that Jackson purchased the tank because he believed it could help him live to 150 years old. The chamber was said to slow the aging process. Quote, "I believe if I treat my body properly, I'll live to at least 150, the National Enquirer alleged Jackson said. Hyperbaric oxygen chambers are generally used for those with second and third degree burns, which Michael Jackson suffered with after filming a Pepsi commercial and his hair catching alight in 1984. Pepsi and Jackson would later settle out of court, and the soda company paid the singer $1 million as compensation, which he donated to the hospital that treated him. The National Enquirer alleged that Jackson used the hyperbaric chamber to improve his health and quoted the pop singer as saying, "I've taken several long naps in the oxygen chamber, and when I awoke, I felt like a new person. I've never felt better. I definitely want one for my home so I can sleep in it at night." Although Adrian Garay, the president and CEO of the company that makes the said oxygen chambers, claimed that if Jackson did sleep in it, he would likely experience oxygen toxicity in his blood. Michael Jackson flat out denied the wacky rumor during his 1993 live interview with Oprah Winfrey. Jackson said to Oprah that the chamber that he was seen in was part of the Michael Jackson Burn Center that was built because of the pop singer's $1 million donation. Jackson was simply inspecting what it was like to be in the tank himself, but has never slept in an oxygen chamber.
I have been in this house getting lit and getting prepared for this, and I've been all over the house upstairs when you weren't looking for that oxygen chamber. I cannot find the oxygen chamber anywhere in the house.
That story is so crazy. I mean, it's one of those tabloid things.
Man, I hate like how when you get too famous, bro, you can't do nothing. Like, you generally just can't do nothing. Like, people are always dragging, like, you know how it is with Drake, Kendrick. Like, just imagine Michael Jackson. Like, I wasn't, well, actually, I was alive when Michael was around, but I don't think I was, like, fully conscious, where like I was paying attention to Michael Jackson, like, you know, loving Michael Jackson. I knew who he was, you know. I listened to his music, beep 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 beep. But other than that, like, I wasn't like investing into his life. That's what I'm saying. So like, I could only imagine what it was like when Michael Jackson was around. Like, to be the king of pop and everybody knows this about you, my nigga, bro. I couldn't even, bro. Y'all think if Michael Jackson was alive, anybody could hold a candle to that nigga? No, man. I wish that I really wish I could have seen like Michael at his peak. I wish Michael was still around, bro. Like, I just want to see what it was like, bro. Like y'all. I wonder how different music would be. Like, what is we talking about?
We made up. These pictures went all over the world with this lie attached to it. It's a complete lie. Why do people buy these papers and it's not the truth?
This being said, there has been many reports that Jackson and his manager, Frank DeLeo, leaked the photos himself to build more of a mysterious and larger-than-life persona for the superstar, and also as a way to promote his Lucas and Coppola's science fiction movie, Captain EO, which he starred in for Disney. In fact, not long after the Oprah interview, the leaked tabloid rumor became reality when Jackson obtained his own hyperbaric oxygen chamber. In 1994, Michael Jackson expressed interest in having his own personal chamber. Garay said, quote, "He approached Brotman Hospital, and they sold the chamber he had donated back to Michael, and it was installed in Neverland." This controversy, however, paled in comparison to the uproar that came after he was accused of crimes against children in the summer of 1993. The King of Pop's sleeping arrangements came under intense public scrutiny, as it was revealed that Jackson regularly had adolescent boys in his bedroom and even bed while visiting his Neverland ranch or joining him on tour. As previously mentioned, Michael's adrenaline levels after performing to tens of thousands of screaming fans would often take days to calm down. Therefore, the superstar would often suffer from chronic insomnia. As a result, Michael would occupy himself during the long sleepless nights with his traveling companions, watching old movies, playing video games, and eating junk food in bed. As described by a parent and a few of the kids themselves, they would party and have fun all night until one or more of them crashed out on a hotel couch, or their sleeping bag, or on the bed they were resting on. This intense desire to share his bedroom with others, in particular adolescent...
Nigga, who is that? That is not Michael. Who is this? Who is this? Who is this? What picture? This is not... Who is this? Who is this, y'all? Who is this? Tell y'all, I don't need y'all to... Who is this? This is not Michael. Let me take it back just a little bit, just in case y'all can't see it fully. Who the fuck is this? Who is this? Who is this man? This is not Michael. And who is this? What the who the... No. Who the fuck is this? This shit's starting to get scary, dog. Who the fuck is this?
Adolescent boys may have been born out of habits that he acquired himself as a child. To escape the intense sense of loneliness and recapture his lost childhood that the pop superstar often complained about, he therefore would fill his presidential hotel suites with everything his inner child could desire, recreating the womb-like security and companionship he had in childhood touring with his brothers, years later with other children of similar ages. This uncomfortably problematic resolve to his perpetual issue sleeping only intensified as his insomnia increased in its severity. On nights that he didn't perform, he would still be
Why does nigga look like he in Twilight movie now? Now he was starring in Twilight. What the bro? This, you know who Michael Jackson remind me of? He remind me of Johnny Depp. Every time I see Johnny Depp, the nigga look different in every movie. Like you could pick any Johnny Depp movie. Say you have a pile of Johnny Depp movies and you just put your hand in one and you grab two movies. I promise you, you gonna be like, that's Johnny Depp? Every time I watch Johnny Depp movie, I be like, that's him? I'm like, bro, it's crazy.
Most of the night, that being what his brain was used to. His first wife, Lisa Marie Presley, claimed that she used to affectionately...
He was married?
...Little Troll, because he would be moving around their bedroom all night long making noises. She said that sleep was something that eluded him on a regular basis, as have other people, including his personal bodyguards. As legal, financial, and career
Who is this?
So did the amount of public scrutiny the King of Pop was under, which gave him plenty of ammunition to keep him up at night.
This gotta be AI.
Paranoia and fearing his life settled in. Michael would always check things around the house several times a night, as though he was afraid to close his eyes. Michael would talk on the phone for an outrageous amount of time, often 3 to 6 hours, and when he felt nervous or shaky...
Sorry, Michael. I gotta go to bed. 3 to 6 hours on the phone. Nigga, what is you talking about on the phone for 3 to 6 hours about? Bro, Michael, I love you, dog, but bro, I gotta go to bed. Like, I can see in the daytime, okay, not even in the day, nigga, an hour is probably my max and a half. Like, what is, like, nigga, you ain't get everything out in 3 hours? We just chilling? Was he just chilling on the phone before FaceTime and shit was a thing? Like, cause what else? What is we doing for 36 hours on the phone? I'm trying to think. Like, what the?
He would doodle really nothing over and over again. A letter written by Jackson to his then wife demonstrated his frantic need for sleep. The handwritten note saying, quote, "I truly need this rest. I haven't slept in literally 4 days, and I need to be away from phones and business people. I just take care of my health first. I'm crazy for you." He signed and scribbled the note, "Love Turd," an apparent nickname for Lisa Marie. It was in 1996, during the History World Tour, that Jackson's struggle with insomnia became more and more desperate. According to his longtime physician, Dr. Alan Metzger, the entertainer was so adrenalized, it often took days before he could sleep. Arnold Klein, Michael Jackson's longtime dermatologist, recalled Jackson not sleeping one night when he was on tour in Hawaii. Finally, Klein and his office slept in Jackson's room, Klein saying that he suffered from sleeplessness when he was under pressure. Quote, "He gets upset. He doesn't drink, he doesn't eat, he doesn't sleep. It gets to the point where he can't stand it. He is exhausted with this kind of thing." Metzger said that Jackson was able to sleep with traditional sleep medications, but then other doctors came in and overprescribed the superstar. Metzger claimed he heard from his then wife Debbie Rowe and 2 other doctors that Jackson was, quote, "doctor shopping" and took pain medications that the average person wouldn't, with several doctors at hand to supply pain and sleep medications when he was traveling outside of Los Angeles. However, Debbie Rowe testified that in 1997, Metzger enlisted 2 doctors in Germany to administer propofol to Jackson in his hotel room, where they came equipped with monitoring equipment, and that she had a signed letter indicating that Metzger ordered the medication. This taking Michael Jackson down a dark and deadly path to help resolve his chronic sleep deprivation. Comedian Robin Williams once saying, quote, "Taking propofol to sleep is like doing chemo because you're tired of shaving your head." These medications soon took hold, and Michael Jackson's ability to sleep on his own got even more dire. This dependency even affecting the superstar's career, as he pleaded with executives at Sony not to insist on him having to tour to promote his 2001 album, Invincible, because of the complete havoc it had on his sleep, fearing the crippling exhaustion would be something that he could never recover from, or even worse. Therefore, Michael Jackson never performed or toured for many years, not until he announced in March of 2009 a final set of concerts in London titled "This Is It." The stress of rehearsal and anxieties touring again quickly worsened his insomnia, which would reach intolerable heights. Michael's nurse during this period, Nurse Lee, stated she spent one night at Jackson's residence to monitor his nighttime routine. That night, the singer went to bed with classical music playing on a sound system and Donald Duck cartoons playing on the computer, surrounded by images of children and babies. He only managed to get 3 hours and told Lee, quote, "All I want is to be able to sleep. I want to be able to sleep 8 hours. I know I'll feel so much better the next day."
Wow.
Lee stated that Jackson told her that he believed propofol would help him, but he did not say the name of the doctor that would give it to him.
Damn. Man. See, bro. You just made me think, bro. Everything we be begging for, bro. Like, yo, Lord, I want this money. Lord, I want this girl. Lord, I want this house, these clothes. Bro, This nigga had all that. The fame, the money, all this nigga want to do is sleep. He can even sleep. What? Bro, this is how nobody can tell me, bro, this is a certain way to live life. Like, everybody, bro, just do what you want to do, bro. This your life. Literally. Bro, no matter if you get the money, the car, the girl, the man, the whatever, bro. So, like, it don't matter at the end of the day. It does, but it don't. Because, like, bro, this life is so precious, bro. Somebody gonna have a problem with it at the end of the day. Over here, but you can't be caring about that. You can't be caring what everybody be thinking, because it's your life. But Michael Jackson had everything that everybody would possibly want, and bro just wants some sleep. He basically gave his life away to get sleep, and now he getting eternal rest. You know that saying, "I'll sleep when I'm gone," bro. He basically lived that life. It's sad, man.
Michael's reinstated manager at the time, Frank DeLeo, believed that Jackson didn't have that much of a sleeping problem, but he used to use that as an excuse to continue to take his, quote, milk, or propofol, in which the Jackson referred to as milk because of its milky consistency, that he liked the way that it made him feel upon awaking. However, when DeLeo addressed this with Michael, they had an argument, and the glovewon proclaimed that other drugs prescribed to him didn't help much or not at all. The drug propofol gives a sense of euphoria when waking up, and for some people, hallucinations that seem like they're dreaming. An opioid addiction, which Michael Jackson had, in itself causes insomnia, psychiatric problems, especially OCD, anxiety, depression, and paranoia, all of which Michael Jackson suffered from, can cause insomnia as well. So while having difficulty sleeping in a normal sleep cycle, Michael also took caffeine pills as a post-insomnia morning pick-me-up, which in itself would cause again insomnia. A big reason why Michael Jackson could not sleep was not only the drugs, but the inappropriate mixing of drugs. However, while the patient on propofol appears to be sleeping, they don't in fact experience REM sleep, or rapid eye movement sleep. And no REM sleep causes a sleep disorder, which can potentially kill a person if untreated. Jackson may be the only person to have ever gone 2 months without REM sleep, which is vital to keep the brain and body alive. The 60 nights of propofol infusions Dr. Conrad said that he gave Jackson to treat his insomnia is something a sleep expert says no one has ever undergone. Studies showed that similar levels of sleep deprivation resulted in deaths in laboratory animals and would likely cause death of a human.
Wow.
Michael Jackson's inability to learn new dance moves and remember lyrics to songs that he had sung for years were symptoms that the singer was totally sleep deprived by the time of his death. Charles Hilisa, a Harvard Medical School sleep expert, said reports by workers on Jackson's ill-fated comeback concerts that the entertainer was losing weight, talking to himself, and hearing voices, exhibiting signs of paranoia, and his condition seemed to be deteriorating. Quote, "The symptoms that Mr. Jackson was exhibiting were consistent with what someone might expect to see in someone suffering from total sleep deprivation over a chronic period," he reported. After Michael Jackson's untimely death on June...
Like, what do you do, though? Like, you feel me? Like, what do you do to help? Like, I'm thinking from outside people, like, what do you do to help him sleep? Like, I feel like that's one thing you can't help. Like, how do you help somebody go to sleep that can't sleep?
June 25th, 2009, the bedroom he took his last breaths in was inspected and intensely scrutinized. Medications, post-it notes with scrawled messages.
I am so grateful that I am a magnet for miracles. Love no violence, ever.
Piles of books, pictures of
Sweet baby.
babies and dolls were found. Detective Scott Smith observing, quote, "I just remember going in there and there was an IV stand, a saline bag, and just various medications sprawn about. In the room where he was being treated, it did not seem like a room fit for any type of medical treatment. It was like a home makeshift medical suite." The detectives also described discovering Dr. Murray's medical bag hidden in the property, which first arose their suspicions of foul play. Quote, "We found a bunch more medications that were used, like propofol. We found all the waste, all the trash, the needles, the empty bottles, the stuff like that when we went into the room.
Okay.
We should have been just laying there. Coming to the conclusion that, quote, we knew that some time during the medical emergency, Dr. Murray had stopped either giving CPR or waited to give CPR and cleaned everything up. With the final conclusion being, quote, within 48 hours, it appeared to be a suspicious death in that there was something more than just an overdose.
Wow. Man, like I said, man, RIP to one of the realest people to ever live, to ever walk this earth, man. Shout out to Michael Jackson. Shout out to his family. Shout out to, you know, the music and all the people, his brothers and sisters, man. Hey, that just go to show you, bro. Appreciate everything in life, bro. You know, he couldn't sleep, but at what cost, bro? You know, he was really begging for sleep, and it said that he couldn't never find his, like, that he, I did not know this, actually. I did not know none of this, so this was actually a great video for me to watch. Michael Jackson died when I was like, how old was I? 6, maybe? 6? That's crazy. But man, RIP to the king, man. And I see y'all boys and girls if we out.